Alright guys, welcome back to week 2 of the side quest. Before we jump in, there's an objective for 1,000 Titan shards, so if you have that objective, just type in Heimdall, do 5 duels. There's the third one down there. This is an easy 5-star Heimdall. Use it with a Saga attacker, and you are good to go to grab that 1,000 Titan shards, which are probably the easiest Titan shards you can get in the game by far. And then we're going to go ahead and collect we can get the gate keys and the entry tickets for this week. Similar to last week, you'll get your 2 gate keys, and then you're going to get 2 of your 4 entry tickets. Remember, you want to start off with a random path and then use the gate keys for the 2 other paths to guarantee that you get the 100% exploration rewards, and then you can do 1 more path just to get the usual path rewards. Now, I was focused on using 5 stars for you, and I kind of made a little mistake here, but because there are 4 entry tickets, I'll be okay. The first path here, you want a lot of debuffs. The second path here is rich get richer, so you need a bunch of buffs or to get rid of their buffs. And the third one is a little bit of an annoying one. If you purify or cleanse or are immune to a debuff, you take damage. If you do the same attack in a row, you'll get a weakness, and then if you hit their block, you are going to purify a debuff. So it pretty much means you kind of have to play around the node there specifically. So I go with a random path, we get that first one there. Now the mistake that I make is that I was focusing on bringing 5-star champions to help you out here, but in order to get the objective, if you do have the extra objective, you need to defeat the last fight on each path with a Saga attacker. Now I did have Domino on the team, but I forgot to finish the fight with her. But here you'll see at the beginning of the fight, I can hit into Kate's block at the beginning, but if I use the same attack twice in a row, then now I've put a weakness on myself, and you see I just hit into the block and I took some damage. So that's what you have to avoid. So and I got clipped at the beginning, which wasn't great. But here I can go ahead, and with Kate, you just can't parry an attack into her, so you really just want to bait special ones the entire time. The main thing is you're going to have that weakness on you unless you don't do the same basic attack twice in a row, but you're going to need to. But that means, and also you can't hit Kate after she's stunned with that special one there. So I end up, but after the striker, you can. But here I end up just playing around at the node itself. I can actually heal from willpower from the weakness, but the main thing is that I have to, and there I got clipped, which wasn't great. That wasn't smart. But there, even after the parry, I can't do anything. I'm just baiting special ones. I'll heal up from willpower from the weakness, but really the main thing is just bait specials on this one and don't hit into the opponent's block. If you have to do anything, then you can parry or bait a heavy attack, but just it's a little bit annoying on this particular first fight because it's Kate and you can't parry an attack into her unless you have someone that can, like if you happen to have a lower star level of Negasonic, then you can go ahead and probably parry and counter freely. So but for the most part, it's just baiting special ones over and over and over again, and then you figure it out. So like I was saying, last time I brought in all Saga attackers to make sure that no matter what, I am going to finish the fight with a Saga attacker. Here, I was just kind of focused on, I didn't have so many attackers that I felt were great for these 3 paths when you're trying to bring fights that are going to work for all of them. But I did have Domino, and I should have waited because there is the last fight, I think I died with Domino. And then I should have, if I used the 20% revive, I would have gotten the objective, but it doesn't matter. I have to do it 3 times. I have 4 chances to do it. So if I make the mistake on the one time, it's not so bad. I still have the other 3 times. So just a warning to remember to make sure you bring Saga attackers for that final fight there against Silver Sable on this path. So I'm going to let the rest of the fights play out with the music and fast forward there. There's nothing else that's really too exciting, but you can see exactly what I did for the rest of the path. And then I'll show you when I used my gate key and my second path, I ended up doing path 3, so I'll walk you through that one as well. All right, guys, now we're going to go in and use one of our gate keys that we have, and I'm going to go ahead and I loaded up all Saga attackers for path C. So I did path A was the random one, this time it's path C, and really you just want champions that can put on as many debuffs as possible. The way it works is that if you knock down the defender, if you have less than 6 debuffs on the opponent, then you are going to take damage. If you have more than 6 or more debuffs on the opponent, then the opponent is going to take a bunch of damage. Unfortunately, this first fight here with Spider-Man 2099, I was not able to put on more than 6 debuffs. So if I do try to, I got up to like 4 or 5 there. I didn't get 6 and then throw a special, then it would have possible. Then there I tried to do it with a heavy attack. Unfortunately, I took the damage from the debuffs instead of the opponent. The only fight that the only champion I ended up bringing that actually was able to put on enough was I brought in a 5-star Weapon X who was able to put on enough bleeds that I could do a knockdown and actually benefit from the node. If not, you just have to make sure you're just baiting specials and you cannot knock down the opponent. You can just wait until you think that your special 3 will knock them out, and then you can drop the special 3. If not, you're just stuck using basic attacks, but you want to try and use whoever you can to put as many debuffs on. I think I ended up bringing Weapon X and Immortal Abomination. Again, you just want to bring in, if you have someone like a Lady Deathstrike would be really awesome here because she puts on so many debuffs. So that's what you want. You want someone who puts on tons of debuffs so that you can make sure that you when you knock them down, they take the damage instead of you. So that's really all it is, and I made sure to bring Saga attackers this time so that when I fight Purgatory at the end of the path, I do get the objective. If I want to get the objective, the extra reward for beating the 3 bosses on the 3 paths this week with Saga attackers. Or just Saga champions, attackers or defenders, doesn't matter. So there we go. I end up using a special 3 at the end here to finish off Sorcerer Supreme, and then I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the path play out. I think I told you I used I-Bomb and Weapon X just to try and get through this. And I think I ended up using Domino even though she didn't put on enough debuffs, but she did get Purgatory down for me and I did get the objective. So I'm going to let the rest of the music play out for this one. That's what I used for the first 2 paths. In 2 days, when I get the other entry ticket, I will post the 3rd path as well, which will be the Rich Get Richer one. So that'll be fun, and we'll see you for that one. So again, if you had counters that worked really great, again, I'm trying to use 5 stars here for you guys so that if you don't have a roster full of 6 and 7-star champions, that you don't feel bad, and you can still go in and still get these nice 7-star shards at the end of these paths. So you can still get as many rewards as you possibly can, and hopefully that helps you out, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.